Alright guys, welcome back to another movie review. I am sorry this is up a little bit later. I try to do a movie every Tuesday, and I was busy today recording some horror room movie reviews that I do every Wednesday. So I did a couple of those today that I'm going to be putting up in the next few weeks. So it did take me a little bit to get to this movie, but this is Donnie Darko. It was requested by Robert Didzun. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Robert Didzun. And I have to say, I've never seen this movie before. I know a lot of people really love this movie. It gets a lot of praise. It's kind of a trippy movie and all that type of stuff. But I've been meaning to watch this for years. I've had it on my Netflix list of movies forever. And because he requested it, I finally got to watch the movie, and I thought it was pretty good, and it is kind of out there. It's a very strange movie. You really don't know what is going on at all, and because of that, I typically take notes for the movies, and I go through the notes and go through the movie as well as review it. And for this movie, I just said screw the notes, because it's so out there and there's so much stuff that's happening. It's just very hard to take notes on a movie like this. But Donnie Darko came out in 2001. It's got Jake Gyllenhaal, Drew Barrymore, Patrick Swayze, and it's about this kid. He sleepwalks, Jake Gyllenhaal. He takes medication. He sees a psychiatrist. His parents don't really know what's going on with him, but he sleepwalks and he has visions of this guy in a bunny costume. Not a regular bunny costume, it's a disturbing bunny. It's got like a monster face. And he sees this bunny and it kind of tells him what to do. The first time we see it, by the way, the movie takes place in 1988. And around October, he sees it and it tells him the end of the world is coming in 28 days. So throughout the movie, it's kind of counting down the days to this supposed end of the world. And the bunny gets him into trouble. He floods the school. However, he doesn't get caught for it, but it was all because of this bunny's orders. He was supposed to actually die. A engine from a plane hits his house and destroys his room. He would have been the only one killed. However, he was sleepwalking when it happened, so he survived. And just weird things like that. There's this guy, Patrick Swayze, who he's kind of a motivational speaker, I guess. He tells people what to do. Jake Gyllenhaal hates the guy. He thinks he's full of crap, doesn't believe what he says. He thinks he's just trying to take people's money, which essentially he is. And Frank, the bunny rabbit, tells him to burn his house down. So he goes and he burns down Patrick Swayze's house, and then we find out that when they're investigating the fire, that Patrick Swayze had all this child pornography, and he was just a really scumbag individual, and so he goes to jail. And then Frank takes his mask off, and we see he's a regular guy, but he's got this, his eye is all messed up. And throughout the movie, he's trying to figure out what exactly is going on. He's seeing his therapist, and his parents want to know what's going on with him, and he meets this girl, this new girl in school who he really likes. By the way, Seth Rogen is also in this, but it's a very small part. And I'm trying to think if I'm leaving anything out. He starts to get interested in time travel because Frank tells him, there's a moment where he asks him, who are you? And he says, do you believe in time travel? And then someone interrupts the conversation and they're like, who are you talking to? So we don't figure out any more about that. But he gets interested in time travel and he starts to find out about wormholes and how a person could go through time. And it's kind of like this big mystery. But what essentially happens is at the end, he throws a party for his sister. His parents are out of town. I'm not sure where his dad is, but his mom is on a plane to Las Vegas for his little sister's dance recital or something. So she's taking the kids there, and it's really an intricate story now that I'm thinking about it, because the only reason his mom is flying to Vegas is because he exposed Patrick Swayze, and the mom who was supposed to go wants to stay behind and try and help him with his trial. So he throws a party for his sister because she got into Harvard, and they have this party, and then he starts to see things again in his mind, and he leaves. It's the last day. It's supposed to be the end of the world. He takes his girlfriend, a couple of his friends who came over to the Halloween party. One of them's dressed like Hulk Hogan. And they go, and he's like, we got to get out of here. We got to go. It's happening. And they show up, and the two bullies, Seth Rogen and the other guy, they start attacking them. The girl gets hurt. A car comes, and they think he called the cops. So the bullies take off, and he sees the car swerve to miss this old lady who wrote the book on time travel he was reading, and run over his girlfriend. So he runs over to her body. She's dead. The guys get out of the car. One of them's dressed like a clown, and the other one is dressed like the bunny rabbit, and his name is Frank. So he takes the mask off, and we see Frank. He's normal, and Jake Gyllenhaal pulls out a gun and shoots him in the eye. So what this movie was about is he is stuck in this portal, this time travel portal, where I guess he's reliving the same thing. And he goes back in time and sees what's happened. So then he goes home and he goes to bed and he starts laughing like he knows what's going to happen. And the plane his mom and sister are on, the engine falls and kills him. And then it's like the start of the movie, except this time, instead of sleepwalking, he was killed. So by him dying, the girl he was in love with, she lives. Frank doesn't get shot. It's like his death actually helped shape the future. It's really weird, and it's a strange movie, and it's out there, and it's a lot to wrap your heads around, which is why this is a very difficult movie to go through and kind of do a video on. However, overall, I have to say that if you want to see a really original movie with a original concept, great acting, and just a really out there movie that you kind of have to think about, definitely check out Donnie Darko if you have not seen it. I think it's a really good movie, and it leaves you wondering, which is a sign of a good movie when you're still thinking about it after you've seen it. So that's my review of Donnie Darko. I hope you guys like it, and if you have seen it, leave your thoughts on this movie in the comments below. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.